Okay.
Yes.
A very good evening to you all, and a very good evening to Mr. Mehan and anyone else that is going to be watching this presentation. This is for class MGM 4138 current issues in management. This presentation is going to be about the biography of Jack Ma, and he is our favorite leader, business leader. So that's why we chose him. So I'm going to show you guys the outline of the presentation. So firstly, it would be an introduction by me, and then we are going to talk about the Jack Ma story, a summary of Jack Ma's biography by myself as well, and contributions and successes will be addressed by Daniel, and Ayu will talk about the challenges and struggles. And as for the review of the plans, actions, method used by Jack Ma, um, Rizal will address that. So three topics from our previous presentations that is going to be aligned with Jack Ma's story is going to be addressed by Nisha. And lastly, each and every one of us is going to share our key takeaway from MGM 4136, which we're going to use for the future. So let's begin the presentation. So let's talk about introduction. So I would like to open this session by telling us that leadership is not something that we should all just know about in theory. But I believe that Mr. Mehan has actually asked us to embark on this project so that we can actually see what leadership is like in the real world. Because Jack Ma here is a real person, a real business leader, not just a theory that is written in textbook or something that is discussed about in intellectual discourses and all this. But he's a real person. He's an exemplary person. So the aim of this presentation is to introduce every person watching this how leadership has been exemplified and how effective and efficient leadership has been displayed by Jack Ma throughout his life, both in his personal life and also in his life as a co-founder of Alibaba.com. So let's look at Jack Ma's story. Jack Ma was born on the 10th of September, happens to be the same birth month as myself, so I hope to be as great as he is. 10th of September 1964, and he's currently 55 years old. His name is actually Ma Young, so it's a surprise that you don't find Jack to be his name because it was actually given to him by one of the tourists, American tourists, if I'm not mistaken. American tourists gave him that name. She actually said that she preferred the name Jack because her husband's name was Jack, and I think her father's name was Jack as well. So she gave him the name Jack because she was finding it difficult to pronounce his Chinese name. So that's why she gave him the name Jack. Jack Ma was born in Hangzhou, Zhejiang. I'm not Chinese, sorry if I don't pronounce correctly. And he attended Hangzhou Normal University. Then it was a teacher's training institute. Now it's been upgraded to a university. He's the co-founder of Alibaba. And one thing notable about Alibaba is that it issued an initial public offering in New York and set a record as world's biggest public stock offering, raising 25 billion United States dollars in 2014. Since the history of the US financial markets, Alibaba is the first company to raise such huge amounts within a time. So, his political affiliation is Communist Party of China, although Jack Ma personally said that he's not very much involved in politics. And according to his video, which I watched, he said that so many people are claiming that he's monopolizing the e-commerce business in China and that the Chinese government were backing him. But he says that he has nothing much to do with Chinese government when it comes to business because he says business is business. And any services he renders to the government, he would rather like to do it free of charge. He doesn't like to charge the government a fee for it because he doesn't want to do business regularly with the government. This is what he says. Okay, and Jack Ma was the 21st person on Forbes' World's Most Powerful People 2017. In addition, Jack Ma was first on Forbes' China's Richest List 2018. That's just 2 years ago. And he also came second position on Fortune's World's 50 Greatest Leaders 2017. He has retired from Alibaba. He did so in 2019, and he is giving much of his attention and resources to philanthropic endeavors. Currently, his net worth is 41.3 billion United States dollars. Okay, let's look at the Jack Ma story from the perspective of Alibaba journey. Ma went to the US in 1995. Then internet was quite a new thing, and internet was quite new to him. So, and he browsed through the web and found very little information about China. So, out of curiosity, he was like, as big as China is, there is nothing much about China on the internet. So he decided to build a web page, chinapages.com, got registered in the US. After that, he came back to China, and a few years later, he actually worked with the government, an arm of the country's trade, Ministry of Trade, and when he resigned, he took his friends and they founded Alibaba in 1999. To cut the long story short, Alibaba won 25 million USD foreign venture capital investment in 2000. That is just barely 1 year after the company was founded. Alibaba has grown over the past 18 years or so. It has grown to have about 9 subsidiaries, which include Alibaba.com, the global e-commerce giant, and Taobao Marketplace, Tmail, Etal, Alibaba Cloud Computing, Zhuhuaxuan, and 1688.com, AliExpress.com, and also Alipay. So at this juncture, I will call upon my friend to talk about the next part of the presentation.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to be talking about his journey to success and the contribution Jack Ma has made to the society, not only to the society, to the world at large. Okay, Jack Ma is a businessman, which all of us know that we know about his influence and everything. But at his early age, there were some obstacles, and it was a laid back for him. But he never gave up. He worked very hard. He believed in himself. Like, there is this slogan he always used in his interviews. Like the interview that was conducted on him by Fortune. He said that he never doubted himself that he would be successful. That was what kept him trying and trying. Okay, like my friend Henry said about the incorporation of Alibaba in 1999. I also with his friends. When he was incorporating this Alibaba, a lot of people was asking him, "What is all this about? Are you sure this is going to work in China?" But there is this thing he always say: Alibaba is not a thief. It has come to make everything easier for us. It has come to make us purchase everything, purchase anything that we want, even inside our home. So that kept him motivated. He was like, I'm going to do this. I'm set to do this. And there is one thing he had. He was a believer in himself. He believed in himself. Not like maybe because a lot of, according to the according to the interview conducted on him by Fortune, he said that he called a lot of his friends, not even the 18 of them that joined him. A lot of them tried to tried to talk him out of the idea, but he persisted. He insisted, though he didn't have enough capital and enough this thing that he needed to use in it. But he was very, very motivated and very, very eager to do what he wanted to do because he believed in himself. So this is the successes that he has achieved ever since Jack Ma incorporated Alibaba. Jack Ma he is not only getting or becoming successful, but also he's giving back to the community, which is very, very nice of him as a leader and as somebody who the world has ranked one of the most powerful person on earth. So he's the co-founder of and executive chairman of Alibaba, as we all know. In 2004, Jack Ma was honored as one of the top 10 economic personalities of the year by China Central Television, which is still holds up to now. In September 2005, the World Economic Forum selected Jack Ma as young global leader. Fortune also selected him as the 25th most powerful businessman in Asia. This was as 2005. In 2014, he was ranked as the 30th most powerful person in the world, and in annual ranking published by Forbes. So even Forbes ranked him as one of the most powerful person on earth because of his beliefs, because of what he believes in, because of what he has been achieving due to his belief. He's a believer. He believed in himself, and he was achieving. He was making waves all around the world. In 2017, Fortune ranked Ma second on its world's 50 greatest leaders. So he was ranked one of the greatest leaders because he's not just like ordinary leader. You know, when they were Fortune was interviewing him, there is something he said. He said, "I was not successful because I'm Jack Ma, or because I have some things that other people don't have. No, I'm successful because I cooperate with my workers." He said that he is very, very cooperating with his workers. He's not the type, he always he always like to engage his workers. He said that most of the things that he has gotten or wherever he is now, that 67% of what he has now was because of how he was working with his employees. So let's go to the next slide. And the next slide. He talked about how he also we know about how he also was helping people with his rank and everything in the world. He's a philanthropist, something like that. So, and during this COVID-19 he has helped a lot of people, a lot of countries in Asia. And in fact, he's giving back to the community. He's not just like all these billionaires that will just mind their own business. He's like, he gives back to the community because he believes so much in people. He believes so much in people, which make him a very nice leader. So Jack Ma he founded a foundation that is into organizing and that is focused in organizations and also improving education, the environment, and the public health. So he is investing in these sectors: education and environment, and public health. He also in 2008, the Sichuan earthquake, Alibaba donated $808,000 to the victims of this earthquake. His influence, Jack Ma uses his influence as billionaire ambassador, philanthropist, world leader. He uses it to help a lot of people for startup businesses, for women who doesn't who are not feeling well and everything. He uses his status to help a lot of people, like what he has been doing even in Africa and a lot of places. Another one is during the pandemic, like I just said, for the greater good, Jack Ma donated over 1.8 million masks, protective suits, and other aids to African countries and also to some poor Asia countries. So during this pandemic, we all know that a lot of countries we are not prepared about all this, about what was going on. So he helped a lot of countries, especially in Africa. He helped a lot of us in equipping us with the necessary equipment we can use to curb this virus. That is all for me. I will pass to my next presenter.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the challenges and struggle faced by Jack Ma. Okay, Jack Ma once says that if you don't give up, you will still have giving up is. Okay, from this quote, actually, we know that this man, Jack Ma, never give up easily, even when with all of the failure that during the old days, in order to become the well-known Jack Ma. Okay, so now let's look at the challenges and struggle that faced by Jack Ma. Okay, the first one is he actually failed university entrance for about 3 times before managed to enter the Hangzhou Normal University. And after the graduation, when he want to find a job at multiple places, even when he tried for times, and he got rejected from several places, including KFC and also police force. And he is the only candidate that are not being accepted to be the workers at the particular places. And next, we are going to in his earlier career. He he faced struggle of finding and obtaining funding since he is at the startup. He is the new startup. Sorry, and at that time he actually decided to be a partner with a government company in order to raise the funding, but unfortunately he still failed on his venture. And next, it is when Jack Ma established Alibaba with his friend Henry. It is with his friend where he faced the struggle of being criticized and rejected by others, especially by the investor, as they said that his idea is unprofitable and unsustainable. And the last one is during the first 3 years with Alibaba, Jack Ma actually had to face challenges where the company failed to make revenue within those years, and within those years also he faced bankruptcy for 8 months, and not only that, actually have to face with of his company where that lead his best team to his best team to leave the company. Okay, that's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter.
Yeah, thank you, Ayu. So I will be reviewing some of the methods used and actions taken by Jack Ma that makes him unique compared to other successful business leaders. So Jack Ma is considered as one of the leaders who inspires others with his non-conservative thinking, front and center personality, and also charitable goals that define the differences between modern leadership and traditional leadership. As the founder and chief executive officer of Alibaba, one of the world's leading e-commerce web portals, Jack Ma is crowned as the richest man in China. But these facts have never led him astray from his goals or his acknowledgement of where he came from. So his keys to success are true and inspiring for everyone, ranging from aspiring billionaires or small business owners. And it is undeniable part of Jack Ma's campaign to knock down the trade barriers and boost small business. So from his humble beginning, Jack Ma has incorporated his value of life, the significance of others, doing good and giving back to the society as one of his principles. Jack Ma has never been clouded by his wealth and success, staying true to his purpose, which is to make the world a better place. So over here, I will be discussing a few of the things that define Jack Ma's, the different things that different approach that Jack Ma takes. So the first thing is the moral leadership. Okay. So in simple word, moral leadership is providing values or meaning for people to live by, inspiration to act, and also motivation to hold oneself accountable. So according to Jack Ma, in today's modern world, making money is a simple task, very easy. But what people often fail to do is making sustainable money and at the same time being responsible to society and improving the world as you go. So this is one of the fundamental values that Jack Ma personally holds and keep on trying to share it with the world. So even though he is one of the most successful business leaders in the world, he has a broader goal than just generating revenue or shareholder value. And most businesses drive financial return as their sole metric of performance, which is ultimately leads them to short-term thinking, ineffective problem solving, and unethical behavior. So employees are often forced to produce results while top-level management just give out orders. So in moral leadership, sets of values are reinforced through sustained, continuous commitment to practice and portray such values in every action. And these values should be held close no matter how successful one has become. And Jack Ma's company are standing on 6 values, which are customer first, integrity, teamwork, embrace change, and finally passion. So all right, so next is humble leadership, where Jack Ma states that employee is the biggest asset of an organization. So Jack Ma is absolutely despises what he calls empire thinking, where he defined it as a join me or I'll kill you kind of thinking. So Jack Ma believed that everybody should be connected to each other, assisting, helping, and lifting each other up instead of exploiting every single person for one's benefit. So one of Jack Ma's effort that he had took throughout the years is to unite people under a single goal. So in the past, Jack Ma has broken down his largest online retail unit into 3 parts in order for it to remain agile and connected with each other. Because Jack Ma understands that one can never be able to convince every single employee, business partner, and potential investors to trust that person or believe whatever they say. Jack Ma accepts this and changes his approach where he unites people under a common goal instead of under the vision of one person, that is himself. He stated that the vision is way more important than the leader. Jack Ma also have his own idea of who is leader and who is employee. He believes that an employee should always have a superior technical skills than the leader. In a sense, a brilliant leader is capable of assembling high-performing team to a point where they require minimal supervision. And Jack Ma extends his principle of humble leadership to organizational behaviors, including the attitude of recruitment, where he knows exactly what skill that he needed his employees to have and keep focusing on developing said skills. Next slide, please. The next one is the setting the right culture. So this is one of the biggest challenge for a large company to which is to create and sustain a desirable business culture. So Jack Ma has a non-conservative approach, and it is very hard to be applied given the culture in China, where the organizations typically have a strict hierarchy and also low employee empowerment. So when Jack Ma made Alibaba culture a strategic priority since the start. So in order to enrich his employees' lives, he issued a generous stock option package to early employees. Next, Jack Ma is also known to have a quirky and fun soul, and he implements his own personality and reflect it on the company's culture. Where, for example, Alibaba's headquarters is known for its natural green environment and well-designed workplace. And Jack Ma envisioned his company where employees are free to express themselves, not limiting their working hours to just working, but also to interact with others and maybe share a laugh or two. And Jack Ma believes that there is more to life than working. Jack Ma has also been outspoken and committed towards diversity and equality in the workplace. Jack Ma does not only promote equality because it is the right thing to do, but he sees it as an opportunity as he recognizes the value of diversity, which can bring in different views, different sets of skills, and different approaches that is deemed to be essential in order for an organization to succeed. So in 2015, Alibaba launched their Global Conference on Women and Entrepreneurship Conference, which aims to empower women as entrepreneurs, leaders, policymakers, and also role models for future generations. So the next part, next slide, please. The 3 topics from presentation will be addressed by Nisha. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Izzat. So I will continue with the 3 topics from presentation. So the first one, I picked Blue Ocean Strategy and Blue Ocean Shift. This title was presented by IDAS Group. Okay, so everyone knows Jack Ma because of Alibaba, right? But actually Jack Ma has another business. He actually started another business before Alibaba. In 1992, when Jack Ma was still working as a teacher in the university, like what my friend told just now, he founded the first professional translation agency in Hangzhou named Haipo. Okay, can I tell a bit more of the history? Okay, Jack Ma is well known for his he can speak fluent English in Hangzhou, and then he realized the opportunity in this, because there is literally no translation agency in Hangzhou, so he started this business. Okay, when the translation agency is losing money for the first 3 years, like startup business always lose money before they gain back revenue. So Jack Ma started selling flowers and gift in order to pay his employees' salary. Okay, so although selling flowers and gift was actually making more profits than translating, Jack Ma still insisted in translating business. Although his employees, by that time he has only 5 employees including himself. So his employees was actually telling him like, why not we focus more in selling flowers and gift instead of translating business, because translating isn't giving them the profit. So Jack Ma denied their request. Okay, to him, the purpose of starting a translation agency was to fulfill the market's need for a translation agency, as well as to help the teachers to translate their teaching materials. So this is the purpose of Jack Ma wanted to start a translation agency. So until now, when this Hypo, the Hypo name, because the Hypo name came from the word hope. In hope, right? He translated the word hope to Chinese Hypo. So that's where the name comes from. Okay, so when Hypo started to doing well, he let go of the Hypo for his partners to take care of. So up until now, this Hypo is still exists, and is the first and biggest translation agency until today in Hangzhou. Okay, Henry, can you go back? Okay, why I choose Blue Ocean strategy, this topic, is because Blue Ocean strategy is like what you guys listen in Ida's presentation is the unexplored market. Industry that people haven't started the industry before, so it has a potential. It has a lot of potential for growth for business. So Jack Ma saw the opportunity. He saw that there was no translation agency, but there are demands for it. So he created this. He created this agency, and he created the demands for a translation agency up until now. Okay, so this is for the Blue Ocean strategy. Okay, next slide. Okay, the second topic that I picked is corporate branding and personal branding, done by Valerie's group. Okay, in 1999, Jack Ma launched the primary business of Alibaba Group. As you guys listen to what all my friends were telling his history. Okay, there were 3 main services that Alibaba.com provides, which are the English portal Alibaba.com, the Chinese portal 1688. The 1688 is actually it sounded for me same as Alibaba in Chinese, as well as the transaction-based retail website AliExpress.com. Okay, so all these three website, they provide imports and export internationally, and then transaction based retail, domestic B2B, business to business trade, and small business. Business can be able to buy small quantity of product in wholesale price. So Alibaba's vision is we do not pursue size of power. We aspire to be a good company that will last for 120 years. We aim to build the future infrastructure of commerce. We envision that our customer will meet, work, and live at Alibaba. So why 102 years is because 102 they started in 1999. So 102 years, the company will last for 3 centuries. He built this business with he has a vision when he built this business for long lasting, to sustain until 3 centuries. So he paid attention to the product quality that were going to be sold in his platform. He made sure that platforms, he has a lot of platforms, including Taobao.com, Tmall. Okay, so he made sure all these e-commerce platforms run smoothly and user-friendly so that everyone can use. And then he ensured that no scam-like activities. If you if we as a user we saw any any scammers, seller or what, we can report them. Okay, so in order to make Alibaba's brand, he did all of this in order to make Alibaba's brand name trustworthy and have a good reputation. So up until now, when you hear Alibaba, it's a trustworthy brand. You can sell your business there. You can buy goods from them. Okay, Alibaba's ultimate group is to create value for society, to help finding solution for society's challenges. Okay, Alibaba's group also wish to convert their resources into field for small and medium businesses in an overall advancement for the society. Okay, also when he founded Alibaba, he did not copy the US business model like other business would do. He had his own original idea. Okay, his idea was that everyone can click and get, like you just click over the internet and you get what you want from the internet. He want to make online e-commerce as part of people's daily life. So this is what we call corporate branding. Like corporate branding is not just promote a specific product. This one actually we learned from Valerie's presentation. Corporate branding is more like promoting your own corporate brand name. Okay, as for personal branding, when you hear about the person, when you hear about the business leader, his story, not just his product. His story. That he is a trustworthy business leader, just like Jack Ma. From all of his story, you can get his story from all over the internet. He's a genuine, dedicated, and authentic guy. He has his own original idea. He has his failure, his success. So he's a real and genuine businessman. Okay, so this is what we call corporate branding and personal branding. To have a good reputation of your brand name and also your personal name. Okay, next slide. Okay, so the third one is actually this one is done by Hari Haran's group in presentation A. It's the four industrial revolution and digital economy. But as I mentioned in our report, I will only take the digital economy part. Okay, so digital economy in simple term is conducting business through the online platform. So this is very relatable to Jack Ma. Okay, in 1995, like what we presented just now, he discovered the internet when he was in US, when the internet was still a very new thing. He haven't touched he don't know internet and he don't know computer. In his interview, he mentioned that he never even touched keyboard before. So when he discovered internet, he immediately know the internet is a gold mine. It's a very good opportunity to do business online. So in 1999, he created Alibaba together with his 18 friends, and Alibaba is the first e-commerce platform in China. Okay, digital economy has played a very important role in our daily life now. Okay, he has bring a lot of good impacts in our life. So Alibaba's group has created about 40 million jobs last year through its expansive retail group. Alibaba's booming online retail service also helped boost demand for professionals in upstream and downstream sectors like research and development, design, manufacturing, and logistics, all around 25 million of jobs. Also, the three most item in retail in his platform is, first one is fashion, the textile and apparel, and then the second is home appliances, and the third one is daily essential items. Okay, so digital economy has eased our daily life in terms of we have greater information and more choices to choose through online, because you can have so many sellers in Alibaba's group. You can compare their prices, and then this also help you to save time. You can just buy anything through the end of your fingertip, and then it helps seller also, not just a consumer. It also helps seller to save costs because most of the seller don't need a physical store anymore to sell their product. All they do is just sell through the internet. So this is the benefits of digital economy, and that how Jack Ma really sees the opportunity of this digital economy to create so many jobs, and then to help the economy, to boost the economy of overall the economy in China. So okay, that's all for my part. Okay. So key takes away from MGM4136. Who should go first?
You can.
Okay,
Please go
so
ahead.
okay, I'll just do a very short part. The main key takeaway from MGM4136 is management is more than just what we learn from the book. Okay, since this is the only subject I took before, there is no textbook and then no lecture slide. So I learned actually more about the real world, the real management in the real world. I have never heard about blue ocean strategy. I have never have a real thought about women in leadership. I've never thought about EQ in workplace and so on. So all this topic actually changed my perception towards management in real life. So that's my key takes away from MGM4136.
Okay, let me be the next. Well, my key takeaway from MGM4136, just like Mr. Mahan mentioned about the research that was conducted to see people who wrote down their goals and had plans, and people who refused to write, and to measure their success rate. So I've actually learned that writing goals down is very much impactful. It helps one to stay motivated and to stay focused. So I have taken a leap of faith to write down my goals by preparing a PowerPoint presentation on my computer, so that every day when I sit and work on my computer, I can see my goals there staring at me. Okay, who wants to be the next? Do you want to be the next
You should send us the
person?
PowerPoint.
What?
Yeah, sure.
You should send us the PowerPoint.
Okay. You please share?
Okay. Okay, as for me, I think it is the same as Nisha, but something in a real situation. For me, I think I learned a lot of new skills because before I didn't have any management class like this, since there is no just like so Mr. Mehan make the class more I think it
You are losing connection. We can't hear you.
realistic to challenges that we will face. I think there's a lot of things that oh my god.
Please continue, Ayu.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Since when you can't hear me?
It's not stable. It comes on and off. You may continue,
Okay.
please.
Okay, let me just continue. As what I said before, I actually learned a lot of new skills, especially for the problem solving skills in the that I may use it in the future, as Semehan class is very good for me to make me to make me. Is it okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because here it's raining, so I think the internet connection is not very stable. Okay.
It's okay. We understand.
I think. Okay, I think that's all from me. As for the conclusion, I think all of the new skills that I've gained is the key takeaway from MGM4136.
Daniel, please share your key takeaway with us, please.
Okay. Thank you, Henry. For myself, what I've learned so far in this in MGM 4136 is about self-development. Um, Initially, I thought like it was something that I thought that life is always like trying to show how good you are, trying to impress people, trying to make your environment friendly to people. So, but after the studies in this course, I've come to understand that self development isn't just about people; it's also about yourself, and it affects to your outside life. Self development is, let's say, it is steps you take in bettering yourself, in getting yourself better, even in your offices, even in your workplace and environment. So I've come to understand that I need to work more on myself. I need to work more on what I want. I need to work more on what I want people to want from me, not what people want from me. I need to always do what's best for me, not just because of somebody wants me to do it or because of I'm going to do it to impress this person. So to me, actually, the teachings and the lesson sections with Mr. Mann broadened my understanding very well in terms of, and also in terms of expression. Be able to express yourself, because if you don't express yourself, nobody will ever know how you feel about something or anything. So I've come to understand that all these I'm lacking in my life. So after this, like after during this period with Mr. Man, I've started working on it, and I can tell you I'm really improving on it now. That is what I've learned from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Rizal, now your turn.
Okay, thank you. So personally, for me, the key takeaways from MGM4136, which is incidentally the same thing that I took from reviewing Jack Ma's, is there is more to life than work. There's more to life than career path. When you look at life as a whole, bigger, all these things become trivial as. And when you are trying to master, you want people to perceive the way that you want them to perceive instead of how you were, that's actually just keeps on failing you, and you won't get the value. And I believe that is one of one of the biggest thing that I've learned during this course that hits me the most. Uh, and I think that's all from me.
Okay, and that's all from our group. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you.